Hello everyone, this is Dave Seaman, back once again with another offer you can't refuse. If you're in the market for 1 hour of the very finest in electronic house music, look no further. Step right this way. This is Radiotherapy.
This is Radiotherapy with Dave Seaman. Dave Seaman. Dave Seaman. Dave Seaman. Dave Seaman. Dave Seaman.
Booting up for another session then. Hope you got your dancing shoes on. We're not playing games here. Oh no, the real deal, the one and only Radiotherapy, with the first of two offerings from Mark the Pulse on this month's show. That's his simply gorgeous interpretation of Adam Stack's Waterfall, with the sweet vocal of Louis Baltez from the Rebuild EP out of Mannheim, Germany, on Seaman Records. Exquisite. And continuing the deep and melancholic start is NTFO. Brand new on Andre Homman's Objectivity label from NTFO out of Timișoara on the western border of Romania. I remember having a particularly good night there many years ago. That's another story. The track's called Retrospective, and we continue in that similar rich vein with just a little bit more of the old Joanna. That's the piano to you non-Brits. Better not get into rhyming slang, it might get confusing. Anyway, here's Rafael de Cruz.
This is Radiotherapy on friskyradio.com.
Raphael de Cruz out of Cologne. Another German delivering the goods, tickling the ivories there on something called Renaissance. Out now on Compost, lovely stuff. And we're into our stride. Radiotherapy, purveyors of the good stuff since 2010. Don't worry, we've got you covered. Here's Audion.
You're listening to Radio Therapy with Dave Seaman.
Two superb vocal tracks in a row then. First of all, one of the tracks of the year so far. I think it might just be the inimitable Matthew Deere and his Odeon guys with Joris Vaughan on the mix and Trolls Abrahamson on the mic. It's a dream team. It's called Dem Howl and it's out now on the ever reliable compact label. And in the background, new from Sante featuring Judge on vocals, Agoria on the mix of Awake. Both top-notch tracks, whichever way you slice them. New on Pop-Off's label out of France, Form Music. That's Tony Vargo with Della Swing and Darlin Vlies and Heart Thug on the mix. Been wrestling with the pronunciation of Heart Thug for a few months now, so we asked the man himself, and it is Heart Thug. Not Heart Hug, not Here Thug, but Heart Thug. So now you know. Anyway, however you want to say it, he did a great job on the remix there with Darlin Vlies of Black Train. Out now in all good digital retail emporiums. Grab yourself a copy.
Feeling frisky?
just a little bit bonkers. Definitely in danger of tipping over the edge. So, you know, give him a little bit of space. Ryu on Mobley, love that. It's called Watching You. And as promised earlier, here's another track from Marta Pulse. You're tuned to the mighty Radiotherapy, a legend in our own airtime. Don't you dare go anywhere.
You're listening to Dave Seaman on Frisky Radio.
Second track on the show then from Marcel Sterling, aka Mark de Pulse, producer out of Leipzig in Germany. He's been on our radar for quite a while, but seems to be going from strength to strength right now. That's called Drama Queen, out on Heinz Music. And you know, a radiotherapy show isn't really a radiotherapy show unless we're keeping you right up to date with all things Celador. My label with Steve Parry. We got so many goodies coming up. We just like to share. So here's two in a row.
Hi, this is Mark Marthenit and you are listening to Dave Seaman's Radio Therapy on friskyradio.com.
A bit of back-to-back Celador action then. First up you heard something brand new from Climb, it's called Down Under, which will be part of an EP from the Mexican duo we'll release next year. And we followed that with another remix of my Justified replacement of a Lulu track. Played Christoph's mix last month. This time it's the turn of Mark Marzanitz. Another top job. And there's two more fantastic remixes from Joski and Raxon on that package too, out December 1st on Celador Recordings. Consider yourself briefed.
Radiotherapy with Dave Seaman.
Always a pleasure getting new music from the Swiss maestro D-Tron, and the second release on his own Character label once again doesn't disappoint. That is the WP dub of Photon. Warehouse project, I'm guessing, maybe. And would you believe it? We're almost done again. I have to start thinking about making this show longer. No, only joking, only joking. Taking us over the finish line. Here's Kelly Okereke. Kelly Okereke then, leading man from the band Block Party, out on his own from a new album called Trick, and making a wise decision enlisting Copy Paste Soul on the remix of the track Doubt. Which brings things to a natural conclusion then. Another hour of the finest in the bag. Don't forget to listen again, exclusively for 7 days at friskyradio.com, and then after that my SoundCloud page, soundcloud.com/Dave Seaman. Loads of other mixes there as well, so go on, fill your boots. Until next time, switch the light off on your way out. I'll see you on the dance floor.